Countless tales have been told about mermaids. Stories of sailors encountering these mystical beings have filled human lore for centuries. Beautiful women with enchanting voices, drawing sailors to their inevitable end, drowned, surrendered to their mystical chants. But these stories are not only found among sailors and seamen who have been away from home for months at a time, or in Homer's Iliad. A lot of these stories come to us directly from the Bible, or at least the parts they didn't want you to read. The Bible is a book comprising several parts, but the main two divisions are what Christianity refers to as the Old Testament, focusing primarily around the themes such as the creation of the world in the Book of Genesis and the history of the land of Israel and God's law, and the New Testament, focusing on the life and deeds of Jesus Christ. But there are portions of the Bible that are missing, intentionally removed and not added due to certain topics they talk about. Between 1947 and 1956, a series of ancient manuscripts were discovered in 11 different caves near Khirbet Qumran, on the northwestern shores of the Dead Sea. They were approximately 2,000 years old, dating back from the 3rd century BCE to the 1st century BC. These ancient manuscripts are known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. They include many of the biblical texts that we recognize today, such as the Book of Genesis and the Book of Isaiah. However, there was one significant text that remained absent from the Bible for many years: the Book of Enoch. This book delves into topics not extensively covered in the Holy Bible, including descriptions of various biblical creatures, such as mermaids. The Book of Enoch comes to us from Enoch, who is Noah's great-grandfather. This text offers insights on several subjects mentioned in the Holy Bible, and its absence from the canonical scriptures leaves a gap in the biblical narrative. While Christians may hold firmly to the current books of the Bible as the only source of truth, the Book of Enoch provides answers to many questions that arise from the Bible's teachings. The Book of Enoch was discovered alongside the same texts that are included in the current Bible. However, those in power decided to exclude it from the canonical scriptures. This decision does not diminish the credibility of the Book of Enoch. In fact, it might suggest that it holds more significance than previously thought. Now, let's explore what the Book of Enoch says about mermaids. It mentions a group of mysterious beings whose actions eventually led to the creation of what we now refer to as mermaids. The story begins with a group of angels known as the Watchers. These angels came to Earth and mated with human women, resulting in an unholy union that produced the biblical giants mentioned in the Book of Genesis, the Nephilim. The Watchers, the Nephilim, and the woman who mated with the Watchers all faced the consequences of their unholy union. The Watchers were bound in a place known as Tartarus. The Nephilim were destroyed in a great flood, and the women who mated with the Watchers were cursed to become what we now know as mermaids. In Enoch 19:2 it says, "The women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens." The term sirens can be interpreted in two ways: the Greek siren, which is a half-bird, half-human creature, and the mermaid. Over time, siren has come to refer specifically to a type of mermaid known for singing hypnotic songs that lure sailors to their watery doom. This concept has even inspired a TV show called Siren, which centers on mermaids. Originally, mermaids were human women, which explains why in many films they can transform back into human form. However, they are cursed and cannot permanently return to their human state. Contrary to their often glamorous portrayal, first-hand accounts suggest that these creatures are not as beautiful as depicted in popular culture. When we delve deeper into the Bible, we can see that this verse refers to mermaids. The Bible mentions that in the new earth, there won't be any oceans. This could be interpreted that God views oceans as being unholy, possibly due to the presence of demonic marine spirits, better known as mermaids. Revelation 21:1 says, Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. Knowing these creatures are mentioned in the Bible, it becomes clear that these aquatic humanoids survived the Great Flood. Their natural habitat is water, which explains why there are still so many sightings to this day. First-hand accounts of these creatures suggest that they are demonic in nature. Many people who encounter them describe how they allure individuals off their boats in the middle of the ocean. However, they don't only inhabit oceans but also lakes and rivers. These creatures are often described as having a frightening appearance and supernatural abilities, particularly hypnotism with their voices and telepathy. Most descriptions include all black eyes, razor-sharp teeth, gills on their faces, and webbed fingers. Christopher Columbus, the famed explorer, is said to have encountered what he believed were mermaids during his voyages. On January 9, 1493, while sailing near the coast of what is now the Dominican Republic, Columbus reported seeing three quote-unquote mermaids that rose high out of the sea. However, his description of these creatures was not flattering. He noted that they were, quote, not as beautiful as they are painted, stating that their faces had masculine traits. Historians now believe that what Columbus and his crew actually saw were in fact manatees. These marine mammals have often been mistaken for mermaids by sailors throughout history. Manatees have a certain human-like quality when seen from a distance, mainly due to their rounded heads and the way that they surface to breathe. Some recent first-hand accounts report that mermaids are able to communicate telepathically. Such is the case of a woman who claims that she allegedly encountered a mermaid while swimming in a lake with her family. The woman was swimming alone, and her family was at a distance cooking dinner. She climbed onto a rock near where she was swimming, and, in her own words, everything went silent. Then she saw a mermaid with all black almond-shaped eyes emerge from the water and telepathically tell her, "I can make you jump in the water." She began to feel frightened, and the mermaid looked dissatisfied before swimming away and vanishing into the depths. This is a particularly terrifying encounter, considering the numerous testimonies with similar stories about these creatures making people jump into the water, never to be seen again. Other cultures believe that seeing a mermaid will bring you wealth, while in some places, people are believed to have been literally taken by these creatures. Mermaids, like many other cryptids, have been documented and talked about for centuries. Could all these tales be fabricated? Perhaps a fiction of the imagination of a few sailors who have been way too long at sea? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for listening to this tale. If you stuck to the end of the video, I will assume that you liked what you saw. So please like, subscribe, comment, share the video with someone else. It's a very small button for you, and a gigantic leap for my channel. Until the next tale, farewell, and may the gods smile upon you.